Hello everyone. This video will demonstrate vertical navigation in the Gulfstream G4 SP for X-Plane 12. I'm loading a flight plan that goes from runway 10 left at KSFO, San Francisco, to runway 29 right at KFAT, and that's Fresno. First thing I'm going to do is enter my cruise altitude. That's 29,000. This is my target cruise speed, Mach 0.8. Here's my climb configuration, and here's my descent configuration. And these are the legs of my flight plan. No discontinuities. I already have it cleaned up. Just to demonstrate, I'm going to change the altitude at the city waypoint to 6,000 or above. I don't have to do this, but I'm going to fill in the empty waypoints. The A in the number means or above, so 6,000A is 6,000 or above. You would put a B if you wanted it to be 6,000 or below. And if you wanted it to get to 6,000 at the waypoint, you would just type 6,000. You can also see the target speed in all these waypoints, and I'll show you how to change those later. VNAV works in conjunction with the altitude selector. It will not climb above or descend below whatever the altitude selector is set to. I'm going to set the vertical speed to 3,500 here, and I activate that. And then I forgot to switch it over to GPS 1, the source. I'm setting our auto throttle to 250, which is our climb speed. And I'm enabling LNAV, or lateral navigation. And I'm going to enable the autopilot, and now the plane is climbing on its own. Now I'm going to enable the auto throttle, 250, and then vertical navigation. And now the plane will climb at 250 knots until it gets to 10,000 feet. Please note that I didn't need to enable the auto throttle before enabling vertical navigation. Once you enable vertical navigation takes control of the auto throttle. So I was just doing that because normally I climb using just vertical speed and the auto throttle for a while before I would enable vertical navigation. As we cross 10,000 feet, that 250 knot speed limit goes away, and now you can see the auto throttle is set to 290, and the nose is going down because the auto throttle will fly at as high a bank angle as it can while maintaining the target speed. So it's getting up to 290, and now that it's hit 290, you'll see the nose going up, and the plane will climb as steeply as it can while maintaining 290. As we cross the city waypoint, we're already at above 13,000, which is the altitude for the next waypoint. But that's okay, because it was 6,000 or above, and 13,000 is above 6,000. So and it's below 29,000, which is our cruise altitude. Now we're reaching our cruise altitude, 29,000. You'll see that as we do, the auto throttle just switched over to Mach 0.8. And now the plane will speed up. And there it is. We're over Fresno Yosemite International Airport now. If you look at the navigation screen, you'll see this little green dot on the waypoint. That is our top of descent marker. Before the VNAV will descend, you'll need to select the altitude on the altitude selector that you wish to descend to. In this case, I'm going to set it all the way down to about 3,000, which is where I would capture the ILS. The autopilot will automatically begin the descent when it reaches that top of descent point. If you want to begin descending early, you can click this Descend Now button. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let it go automatically. Now I'm going to go into the legs of my flight plan, and I'm going to check the speeds. And 210 at 6,500 feet is a little fast for me, so I'm going to change that to 180. You can see how I did that. And all the legs after that changed to 180. For the one after that, at 2,600, I'm going to set it to 150. I'm going to go to the next page. And the final two waypoints, I'm going to set them to 130. I'm not going to be on VNAV by the time I get there. I'm probably going to capture the glide slope, but I just wanted to demonstrate how it's done. You'll see this switch over automatically soon, and you'll see a little ACT appear. There it goes. So now we've switched over to descent mode, and the speed limit on the auto throttle is turned down to 0.74, and we are descending. As we get below 250 knots, I'm going to lower my flaps to 10 degrees, and that'll help me manage my speed. As we get closer to the next waypoint, you'll see the speed limit tick down on the auto throttle to 180. And there it goes. And as we get down to 220, I will put the flaps down to 20 degrees. And there we go. And as we turn into the final approach, I'm getting ready to switch the navigation over to Nav1 and prepare to capture the ILS. I have the radio already dialed into the ILS for 29 right, Fresno. And we'll switch over to Nav1, and we will click the approach button, and we have the localizer captured, and the glide slope is above us, as you can see from the diamond. In order to try and capture the glide slope a little quicker, I'm just going to level off the plane using vertical speed. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't need to be descending. I need to set that to 0. This is a good lesson on why you should use checklists when you're flying. So there we go. That's Nope. Come on. 0. No. There you go. 0. Good job. Once you enable vertical speed, that turns vertical navigation off. That also means that you now have control over the auto throttle. As you can see, the auto throttle is still on, and it has the plane set at 180 knots. And we can look in and see it capture the glide slope right now. There it goes. And you can see the plane is descending now. And now I'm going to dial down the auto throttle to about 160 and put the flaps all the way down. And here's Fresno. Fun fact about Fresno, of all the large cities in California, Fresno is one of them. I have my auto throttle turned off here, and I'm controlling the throttle by hand for the very last bit. I'll be turning the autopilot off soon too. This plane can land itself, but it does firm landings.
500.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing
Note that I
gear.
wouldn't have forgotten my landing
landing
gear if I were using a checklist.
400. 300.
Caution.
Autopilot off. Please don't make fun of my landing. I'm spending more time lately working on planes than flying them.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, there you have it. An entire flight with the climb, cruise, and descent controlled by VNAV in the Gulfstream G4. I'll put links to this plane and the flight plan I used in the description for the video, wherever I post this video. Thanks everyone for watching.